What are the biggest myths about building muscle? How to actually build the maximum amount of muscle that you can naturally build without wrecking yourself, without living in a gym and all these other things. That's what we're gonna find out in this video. Before we do that, if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button below, because on this channel, you're gonna learn how to build the strong, sexy, high-performing, long-living, healthy body in what I call build a seven-figure body without starvation, cardio, or giving up carbs. What's up, everybody? This is Coach Amir from sevenfigurebody.com, and in today's video, we're going to talk about 5 the biggest fitness myths that are related to building muscle. So what are the things that people believe that they have to do, but are actually just myths, that they don't have to do it? So let's go straight into it. So the first one, probably the biggest one, is most people think they have to live in the gym. They have to do 3-hour workouts every day, 7 days a week. Nothing could be further from the truth. Actually, way less actual high quality training is needed in order to maximize hypertrophy, or the amount of muscle that you build. For a lot of beginners, people who've never worked out before, or they've taken long breaks, several months or years from lifting, and now they are at that beginner stage, so just starting out. For most or vast majority of them, 2 workouts per week in the gym, 2 full body workouts, maximum of 3, will absolutely do as much muscle as you can, as best results, and everything you want is going to come from really 2 workouts a week. So how long should they be? An hour long, nothing more than that. Yeah, if you're there 50 minutes or hour and 10 minutes, who cares? But roughly 1 hour. If you are having workouts that are longer than like hour and 10, hour 15 minutes, you're just probably resting too much and pissing around and not training seriously enough. An hour should be enough for most people. So how much should you be training? Usually twice a week for beginners. As you become a bit more advanced and you're now in the intermediate level, somewhere between 3 to 4 workouts per week are more than enough. And then eventually, once you do that for several years and now you've maximized the amount of muscle you can build, you can't build anymore, you can just maintain for the rest of your life by doing 2 workouts, maybe 2 to 3 workouts for the rest of your life, because maintenance is so much easier than building the muscle. So that's number 1. Number 2 is a lot of people think they have to be on steroids in order to build a great physique. Now, of course, this is even more perpetuated by all of the, YouTube and Instagram and whatever fitness influencers who are all on steroids, like literally every single one of them. I can think of like 1 or 2 guys that are actually not on steroids besides me. And people see that and they're like, okay, that kind of physique, actually, like, I'm gonna have to be on steroids. Well, if you wanna look like that, yes, you do. But I strongly believe this, and so far 1,200 clients have proven me right, which is that every single person in this world, both men and women, can build an amazing, like awesome looking physique 100% naturally. You don't need to take steroids. If you have a brain, then you know that you shouldn't be taking steroids to begin with, unless you're a professional bodybuilder or you are a Hollywood actor that's paid $30 million for the movie. Well, sure, most of them build a really great physique naturally, but they just prefer to take the shortcut with all the risks that come from steroids. So should you be taking steroids? No. Do you have to take them? By all means, no. Number 3, one of the biggest myths that I hear all the time is people think they need to switch their training program all the time. Like every 6 weeks, change everything. I can't tell you how many, vast majority of my clients come to me and say, okay, coach, this is awesome. So we're gonna run this training program that you had, customized for me for like 6 weeks. Then we change it all, right? And I'm like, no. This is one of the things that I'll never understand, which is basically somebody thinks, coach usually, full of ego, of course, usually, testosterone, steroids, whatever they're taking, and their ego is like, I just know that this guy is gonna be maxed out after 6 weeks, so he needs to change it all. First, the only way to know when you actually need to change it if you stop progressing. So you're doing a certain program, you're pushing it, you're recovered properly, you're sleeping enough, your nutrition, sleep recovery, everything's on point, but you are not progressing anymore. In that case, you can either take a deload week, which is what I suggest anyway to do, and then after that, see if you're still not progressing, okay, maybe we need to change things up. Now, when I say you do not need to change your training program often, what I mean is I am not saying you should take a barbell chest press and just do barbell chest press for the next 7 months, right, or 10 months. No, what I'm saying is a certain training program that is like, okay, 4 times a week I'm doing upper, lower, or 6 times a week training I'm doing, push-pull legs, or somebody doing 2 or 3 workouts a week, they're just doing full body. That you can keep practically for years until you maximize the amount of muscle you build without ever changing it. What you should be doing inside of any type of training program, whatever it is looking and pushing for that progress. We need progressive overload. If you are today lifting the exact same amount of weight, the exact same amount of sets and reps that you did 6 months ago, then you haven't progressed in any way. It doesn't matter what your training program is. You can change it all the time. It doesn't matter. If you're not chasing that progress, you're not making any progress. If you're not chasing that progressive overload, right? So we're overloading the muscle more over time, then you're not making any progress. So that has nothing to do with your training program. You can change your training program every week, and still, if you're not pushing it hard enough or intensely enough, then you're not going to get any results regardless. So how often should you be changing your training program? This only depends on 2 things. One, if you're not getting results anymore, number 1. And the number 2 is actually way more common, which is people get bored with the same training program. So in this case, I absolutely respect that. And it's a very, very valid point, because we don't want to have, if a client of mine is bored in the gym, you're just going to stop doing it, right? Or they're going to go there and be like, yeah, I put kind of like half-assed effort. So because of that, then we change it. But generally, this can be months and months and months on end before you actually need to change the training program. Okay, the 4th fitness myth that a lot of people believe that is not actually true is I have to have awesome, amazing, 1 in a gazillion or 1 in a billion people genes. Like I have to have genetic lottery, and therefore that's the only way I can actually build a great physique. This is not true. You do not need to have a phenomenal, supreme 1 in a million genes, and most likely you don't, because remember, probably like 90 to 95% of us have average genes. Within the average, yes, there are some people are shorter, some are, taller, some are a little wider shoulders, narrower shoulders, whatever. But these things are very, very small differences in between people. So if you go to the gym and take the random 20 guys out there, you're gonna see that a lot of times, if we dieted them properly and trained them properly, they would all have really, really good physiques. So do you need to be genetically blessed in order to build a really good, strong, awesome looking physique? No. I guarantee you that what you got right now is more than enough to build a great physique. All you got to do is come close to maximizing your natural muscular potential, meaning building as much muscle as you can naturally, okay, as much as you're genetically given, as much as your genes will allow, and then on top of that, get you lean enough. So basically lean you down until you get, as if you're a man, 10 to 12%. If you're a woman, 20 to 22, 23%. Get you there leanness wise, and you're going to have an awesome looking, phenomenal, very healthy, strong, high performing, high energy physique. I absolutely guarantee it. And then the 5th and last thing is actually related to women, and that is the myth of women should not be lifting weights because they will absolutely be looking like Schwarzeneggers, they're going to be looking like bodybuilders, like truck drivers, whatever stupid thing you've ever heard before about women should not lift weights. And if they do, there was actually a fitness expert, a female fitness expert, let's not mention the name, who once said, no woman should ever lift more than 3 pounds. Now, of course, luckily we don't live in, 1600s anymore. So we know that is not true. All the greatest, best looking, sexiest, whatever women in the world absolutely lift weights along with the proper diet. And again, I am not saying a anorexic, model that weighs, 85 pounds and eats a leaf of salad per day. That is not what I consider, a healthy, strong, beautiful physique at all. That's actually very sad. And these people have, issues that really need to be addressed seriously, nothing to be made fun of or actually the opposite. So basically, that's not the physique that I'm talking about. The physique that I'm talking about is one of these, I don't know, like whatever your Hollywood actress model looking person is, that's the female version, what at least I consider to be, the sexy, beautiful, strong, and healthy, which is they take care of their nutrition and they lift weights as well. So these are the 5 things that most people think are true, that actually most people think are true, but actually are not. So the first one, you do not need to live in the gym. Absolutely. You do not need to take steroids. You do not need to change your training program like every 5 weeks or 6 or whatever. You can be on the same training program for months and months on end while having great results as long as you keep chasing progress. 4, you do not need to have, phenomenal, wonderful, 1 in a million genes and be genetically blessed. You don't. Most of us are not. We all fall into the average category. And then the 5th one is, should women lift weights? Absolutely, they should. Every woman that lifts weights and takes care of her nutrition looks absolutely amazing. And again, same thing goes for genes. Yes, some people are a bit different here and there, but we're all kind of very similar in that regard. We can all build an absolutely great, phenomenal looking and strong and sexy physiques. So guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button below, click that like and share button. And also let me know in the comments what you think about this video and what are the other fitness myths that you may have heard about. Maybe some of them you already know are wrong. Maybe some of them you're kind of like, maybe not. I'm not really sure. Ask that, let me know ask the question, or let me know in the comments below, and I will address that in another video. Also, if you like this video, you're gonna love the free training that I got for you. That is the link in the description. Please click that. Just put your name and email and phone number there, and you will get an absolutely free video showing A to Z the 3 simple steps I use to transform not only myself, but 1,200 clients in the last 14 years to go from overweight, lethargic, not liking how they look and feel, to very, awesome looking, healthy, strong, high energy physiques. Also, when you do that, I'm going to give you a free digital version of this book. This is my book that goes for $25 on Amazon right now. If you go to Amazon, put my name, you're going to find this book. Yes, it's awesome to read physical books, and I love that as well. But if you want a digital version, you can get that for free. If you click that button and subscribe to this video, to this channel, like the video, share it. Hope you guys liked it. See you in the next one. Cheers.